mastermind here. We've got some sawhorses so we can work on this thing a little bit better, a bit easier. We're going to do some mods on it now. That seat's coming out. That one can go on the other cart for the missus. Fits her spot on, so she can have that one. This seat here will go on. Actually, it's a little bit big. My arse isn't as big as I thought it was, so should be right. Here's our complete rear axle kit. All brand new stuff. Another sprocket and carrier for the other cart when we put the GX160 in her. Got 3 bearings for the rear and all, so that should look nice when she's all installed. There's the elusive 20mm clutch. That can be for the GX160. So pretty much it'll have all the same gearing as this one by the end of it. And all the bearings and all out of this vehicle here, they can go on the other one. We'll knock up a new exhaust. This exhaust here can go on the other cart. And I've got some spaces made to go under our motor here to give us the clearance we need to get our pod filter on. We should be laughing. I'll start stripping her down, and I'll just do little bits and pieces as we go, guys. I get these wheels and they can end up on the other cart. We've got some good MG reds on the other cart there, so all that good gear will end up on this one. I'll get some anodized hubs, and I've got some other wheels for it. I'll show you those a little bit after. Something nice for this one. And they're bolt-on rims. That should look really nice at the end. Our seat. I'm going to take these out. These are the mounts from the old frame that was in there. I'm going to get those out. There's 4 on here. And they'll actually be really good to use up the front here for when I mount my new seat. I figured out that the front of the seat needs to be about 100mm high off of this bar here. I'll put some, made some seat stays up and a bit of tube and all, and these here, they'll end up being used off the back here. Obviously a bit shorter than what they are, but trim them down so they're sort of like that. I'll have that on each side. I'm going to find a centre line for this axle, mark it on this one here. We're going to set all this up properly. Right, we've removed our old seat mounts, cleaned them all up, gave her a bit of a black paint, taken all the motor and that off, got the spacer and that there for it, but I might even end up doing something just a little different. I've seen people have had that motor on a bit of an angle, so I might even be able to do that yet and just change this mount here just a little bit. If I can do that, I'll be pretty happy. That way I can get my pod on still. There's our little motor. And while that's out, I thought we might as well get rid of that governor while we're at it. So we'll get rid of that. And here's our other seat. That's the mount that came off it. I'll be able to reuse the seat and the fitting bits and pieces to fit it. I've got a new kit for the other seat, so we'll be right with that. I might get this axle in here, and I've watched a few videos of like actual kart teams where they set their bearings and all up first and slide the axle through, so I might do all that and do it properly and make sure she's all nice. Alright, we've got our rear axle fitted up. We've taken it to a track, so I thought we'd better put this disc guard back on. Smashed a few holes in that just to reduce a little bit of the weight. Probably won't make any difference at all, but anyway. This is our new axle setup. The idea is we'll get these hubs keyed up, bolted on properly. We'll whack a wheel on. I'm going to put the wheels off the other cart because they're pretty good tyres and that on there. And we'll set the motor up. We might modify our mount again. I figured out if we go up about 50mm at the back, it's going to be about 11 degrees. You work out angles on triangles and all that sort of thing. And if I go to about 60 odd, I think it's about 15, something like that. So 50mm at the rear should give me enough clearance to put our pod filter on, and we're in business. Alright, I'll get this set up and I'll show you what's going on. Alright, we modify our motor mount. Put 25mm under this end. Everything fits. Very good. I'll get onto that, do that, and we'll arc her up, see how she goes. Alright. We've modified our engine mount plate. Just tacked it all together there at the moment. We're going to zap that up. That should all be good. I've got clearance there for my filter over the wheel. This is working out real good. I might whack that exhaust eventually on the other one, and I'll make a nice little pipe for this one. Because I'll be able to make a better one. Alright, we'll get her all zapped up. Alright, here's our new improved motor mount. Zapped her all up. Have a bit of a paint job. And we should be right. I'll mount that up. Put the motor on, whack the chain on, line all that up, and then I can set my seat up. Get all the bits and pieces to do that. Once the seat's set up, I'll take that back out, paint her all up, and we'll get the motor back off. Quite looking forward to it. Alright, I'll show you once the seat's set up starts. Out before I put the motor on. Didn't have to come up too much at all, it's only that 25mm at the back there. So we'll set up our motor. I'll dummy bolt that in, I'll be able to set the chain and all up then. I need to have all that in place so I can set up my seat mounts. We'll go ahead and we'll do that, Alright, we've got our chain set up. Motor's just dummy bolted in. Got clearance on our air cleaner, they're laughing there. So pretty much I'm going to set this seat up now and make all that happen. Right guys, we got our seat mounted. Works a treat. Just braced it up and put a gusset in there. Pull them out at the front. Well, on that side doesn't look real pretty, but I've got to avoid all the chain and all that sort of thing, so I figured that was the best way to do it. That'll allow me to sit right back and be a lot more comfortable than that other thing anyway. Take her all apart, zap everything up properly, clean her all up, give her a paint job. These are the new bits to put it back together. Mounts are all good. Painted her all up, she's all looking pretty good now. Really is a mission welding this really thin stuff with the arc welder, but I got it done. Came out looking pretty good. Brake and all hooked back up. We've bolted a few new parts to the carts. As you can see, we've got wheels and shit everywhere here. This one here, we're in the process of making the axle right and getting the motor and that on there, and not too much to go till that one's in business, but we'll clean her up for the missus. But this one here, we ended up with some magnesium rims. Got those with the cart. Just had to get some hubs for the front. Got a set of tyres from down the coast, $50 for a second-hand set of tyres. Pop them on the beads and we're on a winner. She's going up pretty good, the old cart. I've got a vac pump so I can get rid of that fuel tank on top. To give that exhaust a coat of paint, I'll give her a wire wheel. And I've got the original tank that sits in between here, so I've got all the bits and pieces to do that now. I'll get that done soon. We'll show you that next video. Just come up pretty sweet. Very happy with how it's come out. And the missus one there is going to look very similar to this when we're finished. We might even do a bit of a run around the block here. Got old mate over the road, he'd probably chase us with his electric scooter there. I don't think he's going to keep up for too much, for too long, but anyway. I'll make another guard just like that one, with a brake disc on this other car. I've got some new plastics for that one as well. Bits and pieces we need, side pods and all that sort of thing, nose cone for it. We're just waiting on our suits so we can head down the track and go for a blast. I'll give you an update and when I get that vac pump and that on, and should be ready to roll. Right. Thanks guys.